I said that I was going to give you tangible, actionable advice, and I'm going to follow through with that. Let's talk about Twitter. I told you that I was going to give you some framework. Now, I have a book on this. If you've read it, this might be review. But if you haven't, shut up and tweet, yes. If you haven't read it, you should. But let me give you, one chapter that I have on it talks about the content that you should be creating. I believe that every tweet, because I hear this a lot, Phil, I have no idea what to tweet. I'm like, okay, I need to address this. I need to create a system so that people now no longer question what they're supposed to post. So I believe that there are 4 tweet types. I'm going to put them up on the slide. Take a screenshot of this, or if you're in the room, you can take a photo. No flash. You can take a photo of this slide and refer to it, but I'll teach you what these 4 tweet types are right now. They each have a short form. But this is the framework, essentially, that I've designed so that every 4 tweets that you send can be one from every tweet type. Believe it or not, only one of these 4 tweets, so one in every 4 tweets, should be about you. Because that's the number one mistake people make with social media. People use it to talk about themselves when really it's about others. It's not a tool for broadcast. Social media is a tool for conversation. So only one in every 4 tweets gets to be about you. And it's called WL, website link. I don't say self-promotion, SP, it's WL, website link. Here's why. Ideally, you attach a link to whatever it is you're sharing. Could be a blog post, could be press. But a link will take us somewhere where we can engage with you for longer. Self-promotion means that I'll read it, engage with it for about 5 seconds, and then I move on to something else. Whereas it's a link, linking to a blog post or linking to something you've created, then, it's not always possible to have a link, but strive for that, because then I can engage with your brand for 3 minutes instead of 3 seconds. So one in every 4 tweet types, anything that's about you gets to be WL, website link. Let's move on. Next one, QQ stands for quick question. Solely meant for engagement. It can be on brand, right? I told you have to have your brand sentence ready to rock. So you know what's on brand and what's not on brand, and that's totally fine. I actually alternate quick questions. I use this framework myself, and for all of our clients. I switch up quick questions to be on brand and not on brand. Here's a quick question that would be on brand for me. What's your favorite social media platform? No, that's too nice. Let's do one sassier. What social media platform drives you nuts? It's quick and easy, and most people have an opinion. An example of a quick question that is not on brand could be, one that I use often, coffee or tea. By a show of hands in this room, and at home, you can put your hand up too. Be a part of this. I just can't see it. But we'll play pretend. By show of hands, who prefers coffee over tea? Okay. Who prefers tea over coffee? Now reflect on how much do you think I actually care about your answer. I don't really care. But the point is that I just engaged every single person in this room and at home with a question. And so guess what? Not every tweet that I send is about my brand. I'm not a brand robot. I'm a human being. And sometimes we'll talk about things that are not related to our work or our career or our interests or aspirations. Sometimes you just want to have a conversation to keep it real. And that's exactly what we did, and that's what you can do with quick question. Let's move on. IB stands for industry buzz. Industry buzz is the opportunity that you have to reinforce the fact that you're an expert in whatever you tell us your brand is. Remind us that you know what's up. Remind us that you are in the know by sharing statistics, facts, quick tips, anything that is simple, actionable, reinforces that you know information related to whatever it is you're doing. And this tends to be the tweet type that gets the most retweets. And retweets are important because that's you essentially getting yourself in front of other people's audiences. And that's really a key element to growth on social media, right? It doesn't mean that every single retweet is going to get you a ton of new followers, but it could. And in general, it's just helping you build brand awareness. When someone reads your tweet and goes, I couldn't have said it better myself, so I don't have to retweet. That's how that works. That's the psychology behind that. So industry buzz tends to be the easiest and most common one to retweet, and so it's good to mix those into your content schedule. How often should you tweet, by the way? That's a hard question to answer. Sometimes people tweet 4 times a day. Sometimes they tweet 40 times a day. It's really what is sustainable for you. That's the answer. But I tend to think that every single person can tweet at least 4 times a day. And instead of sending 40 in one day and then 0 the next 3 days, it's better to come up with a system. And if I were you, I'd stay on top of these a week in advance. So what I do is I actually schedule almost all of my tweets. I log on to my Twitter more times than I'd like to admit per day. And there I'm engaging with people real time. There I am, there I'm interacting with people that are interacting with me, and I do that real time, but I don't necessarily need to, put in my calendar, tweet this, because it'll never happen, especially on a busy day. Use a platform like Buffer or Hootsuite to schedule out your content to stay 1 week in advance. It'll just save your life. Well, that's a bit dramatic. I don't think it's going to save your life. I take that back. That's too much drama. But it just helps you keep organized. Quick question we covered. Website link we covered. Industry buzz we covered. Let's do the final and most important one. Networking effort. NE. Most important tweet type, because it's the whole reason you should be on Twitter. You're on Twitter to meet new people, to start conversations. You have the power to reach out to someone you don't know and give them a compliment. Start a conversation. Don't read from your business card. Think about that happening in real life. If I went up to you and I said, hi, I'm Phil Pallen. I'm a brand strategist, and I can help you with this, and I'm like, whoop, nope, tuning out. But if I come up to you and give you a compliment, you're kind of like, I don't know you, but thanks. And it starts that rapport. So, and put some thought into your NE tweets. And I can tell you this because, some of my job involves helping people like you build your brands. But then part of my job also involves helping public figures and celebrities manage their social media. And I am often in the power to make the decision about what gets retweeted, what gets acknowledged, replied, favorited, or more often, ignored. And so I can tell you from the other side of things that if you put thought into an NE tweet and you make it easy for that influencer to retweet it, they're not always guaranteed to, but they might. For example, if that celebrity has a book that you read, rather than saying, hey, at celebrity, loved your book, that's not great. You could say, hey, at celebrity, loved your book and your perspective on entrepreneurship. I feel very inspired. Something like that puts more thought into it, something specific that shows you've done your homework, is much more likely, exponentially more likely to be retweeted. So those are the tweet types. Hopefully you've taken a screenshot or you have taken a photo of this slide and used this moving forward to get active on Twitter and to stay active and to stay consistent on this platform where you can literally meet some of the most important people